Lisa sat alone at the front desk of the gym, surrounded by rows of silent exercise equipment. It was late, and most of the staff had gone home hours ago. The only sounds were the faint hum of the air conditioning and the soft tick of the clock on the wall. As Lisa finished up some paperwork, she noticed a strange noise coming from the weight room. It sounded like a weight being dropped, but there was no one there to make the noise. Her pulse quickened as she stood up and walked towards the sound. As she entered the weight room, Lisa was hit with a wave of unease. She couldn't see anything out of place, but she felt like something was watching her. Just as she was about to turn and leave, there was a loud crash from behind her. Lisa spun around to see a weight bar rolling across the floor, as if it had been thrown. Her heart racing, she stepped closer to investigate. That's when she saw it. There was a figure in the corner of the room, shrouded in shadows. Lisa couldn't make out any details, but she could feel its malevolent energy. She froze, too terrified to move. Suddenly, the figure moved towards her, and Lisa could see its twisted form. She screamed, but the sound was drowned out by the entity's unearthly wail. Lisa knew she had to get out of there, but the entities seemed to be everywhere, blocking her escape. She was trapped in the gym, with no one to help her. As Lisa investigates the gym, she becomes more and more aware of the entity's malevolent presence. The air around her feels thick and heavy, as if something is pressing down on her from all sides. The lights flicker and dim, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Suddenly, the entity reveals itself, a terrifying apparition that seems to be made of darkness and malice. Its eyes glow with an unholy light, and its twisted features contort in a mocking grin. Lisa tries to run, but the entity seems to be everywhere, blocking her path at every turn. Panic sets in as Lisa realizes that she is trapped in the gym with the entity. She tries to find a way out, but the doors are locked and the windows are too high to reach. The entity taunts her, whispering dark secrets and fears into her ear. As Lisa's fear and desperation reach a fever pitch, she realizes that she must fight back. She uses her fitness skills to her advantage, dodging and weaving around the entity's attacks. But the entity is relentless, chasing her down with a fierce determination. Finally, Lisa musters all of her strength and confronts the entity head-on. With a primal scream, she charges at the entity, striking it with all of her might. The entity recoils in shock, momentarily stunned. For a moment, Lisa thinks that she has won, but then the entity rears up again, even more ferocious than before. Lisa knows that she must keep fighting, or risk being consumed by the entity's dark power. Lisa tries to fight back against the entity, using her fitness skills to survive. She jumps over the workout machines, runs up the stairs, and hides behind the equipment. However, the entity seems to be everywhere. It appears behind her, in front of her, and even above her. The entity's presence feels suffocating, making it hard for her to breathe. Lisa feels her sanity slipping away as the entity taunts her with hallucinations. She sees her worst fears come to life, twisted and distorted by the entity's malevolent energy. The entity feeds on her fear and paranoia, using it to become stronger. Lisa knows that she needs to find a way to stop the entity before it's too late. She tries to find a weakness, a vulnerability that she can exploit. But the entity seems invincible, with no discernible weakness. As Lisa continues to fight back, she realizes that the entity is not human, but something far more sinister. It's a manifestation of the gym's dark past, fueled by the negative energy of those who used to work out there. Lisa understands that she needs to confront the entity directly to defeat it. With a newfound determination, Lisa faces the entity head-on. She channels her inner strength, and uses her fitness skills to weaken the entity. She is able to make progress, but not without a great cost to herself. Lisa is left physically and emotionally drained, barely able to stand. As Lisa takes a moment to catch her breath, she knows that the fight against the entity is far from over. But with a renewed sense of purpose, she presses on, determined to defeat the entity and escape the gym alive. Lisa knows that this will be the fight of her life, and that there will be no turning back. Lisa confronts the entity, and a fierce battle ensues. The entity is stronger than Lisa ever imagined, but she refuses to give up. She fights with every ounce of her being, using her fitness skills to weaken the entity's hold over the gym. With each blow, Lisa feels the entity's grip on the gym loosening. As the battle reaches its climax, Lisa summons all of her strength and delivers a final blow to the entity. The entity lets out a blood-curdling scream and disappears, leaving Lisa gasping for breath. She has won the battle, but at a great cost to herself. Her mind was fractured, her psyche shattered by the traumatic experience. The memories of the entity's taunts and torment echoed in her mind, a never-ending loop of terror and despair. Lisa sought out a therapist, hoping to find some relief from the nightmares that plagued her every night. The therapist listened as Lisa recounted her experiences at the gym, offering words of comfort and understanding. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but Lisa could not shake the memory of the entity from her mind. The nightmares continued, the fear and paranoia never fading. In the end, Lisa knew that she could never return to the gym. The memory of the entity was too strong, the trauma too great. She left behind the weights and treadmills, the mirrors and machines, never to set foot in that place again. But the memory of the entity stayed with her, a constant reminder of the horrors that lurked in the dark corners of the world. Lisa knew that she would never be the same again, that the experience had changed her in ways that she could never fully comprehend.